In this case, I have something very special. This is the new Hollyland Cosmo M7 7-inch touchscreen monitor. This is a professional monitor in a small package, and I'm going to show you what this thing is all about because I guarantee you there's nothing like it on the market. So in the box, you're going to get this case. It's a standard waterproof case and shockproof case, very well padded on the inside. We have foam paddings right here, and then you can see the whole layout of the case. We have the monitor, neck strap. Now my unit did not come with a sun hood, but good news is that yours will, and you will also get a D-tap power cable so you can run this off of any battery you want. Now here's the monitor itself. The first thing you're gonna notice when you grab this thing out of the case is that it is a premium product. And you're gonna notice this by the wooden accents on the handles, or actually the handles are wood, completely wood for that matter, and the monitor itself is made out of metal. Not one bit of cheapness or plastic on this monitor. Everything was built fantastically. I don't have any monitors, and I own, I think, 4 or 5 monitors that are built this well. I'm absolutely shocked. Now, this is Hollyland's first wireless touchscreen monitor, and I'll tell you right now, if this is what they're doing with their first monitor, I can't wait to see what else they have coming down the road. So this is a proprietary monitor, and if you notice at the top, we have a little receiver antenna, and this is a receiver for the Cosmo lineup of transmitters. And this will get you about 600 feet of range, and this will work with the Cosmo 2000 as well, but you still will get that 600 foot of range. We have 2 battery ports that are hot swappable, meaning that you can change out the batteries while the monitor is working. It can work on 1 battery or 2 batteries, depending on how you want to use it or depending on the weight. And this uses the Sony MPF style batteries. We also get safety release buttons on the batteries, so that way the batteries won't just pop off. You'll have to press down the safety release notch. On the back, we also have a heat sink with 2 fans. And as soon as you turn on the monitor, you will hear those fans kick in, but then they will turn off. On the front of the monitor, we have 3 function buttons. Now these buttons are rubber, not plastic, so they are a joy to use. And these are programmable, so you can program your zebras, your focus, and so on. We also have a channel selector, so that way you can switch to different channels when you're receiving signal to avoid any interference. On the bottom of the monitor, we have a 1/4 20-inch port along with a USB port for upgrading your firmware and for loading in 3D LUTs. And we also have a headphone jack for monitoring audio. On top of the monitor, we have the receiver antenna, we have the menu dial and button, exit button, and power button. And right below the battery compartment, we do have a power port, which allows you to hook up that power connection cable, which is a D-tap, and that will hook you up to most power sources. So Hollyland sent me this monitor about a month and a half ago to test out, and I was able to take it on a few shoots with a buddy of mine, Armando Ferreira. You probably know him as Mondo Bites, and we took it to the test. If you're using crazy rigs and having your camera hundreds of feet away from you, there's just no other way to view your footage without wireless transmission systems. No chance. And when I was shooting in the woods with my buddy Sean Rez, by the way, check him out on Instagram, I'll leave a link down below, I used the Cosmo 600 on my gimbal. I rigged it up to that fake RE Trinity rig that you probably have seen before. And I also had somebody monitor the footage on the M7 while I was recording, and he was helping me check frame and exposure. And every now and then I would peek at the monitor too, just so I can see the footage and how I was doing with framing. And I'll tell you right now, this thing is 1500 nits of brightness. It's a high bright monitor, and the sun was glaring directly at it, and I still was able to view my footage perfectly fine. Along with that, we do get a 178-degree wide angle view without any distortion. So you can basically be on the profile view of the monitor and still get a clear view of what's going on. We also get a resolution of 1920 by 1200, which is a lot higher than standard monitors of this size. And what that means is that this monitor is very sharp, so you can easily use it to check your focus. Now, the overall responsiveness of the touchscreen is almost as good as Apple iPhones. And you know that Apple makes probably some of the best touchscreens in the world. And Hollyland is very close. It's a very responsive touchscreen. I've had a lot of janky monitors in the past that were touchscreen and I just really didn't like it. Some of the other features include RGB histograms, which by the way is very rare for a monitor to have. And I don't know why, but a lot of companies forget about RGB histograms because you need to be able to separate colors, red, green, and blue, and see which color is more dominating than the other. So I love that feature in this monitor. We also get zebras to monitor overexposure, false color, aspect ratios, audio meters, focus peaking, LUT configuration, grid lines, safe areas, vector scope, and other exposure assistant features. When it comes down to lag, it's exceptional. Very, very little lag here. Also, don't forget that cables do affect the lag time. So if you buy a very cheap HDMI cable or even a cheap SDI cable, you might get some issues with lag, so keep that in mind. Overall, the ease of use, the functionality, and the overall build quality and experience with this monitor is phenomenal. My only couple of things with this monitor is that I wish that they didn't put the fans behind the battery packs. I don't know the reason behind it or why the engineers decided to do that. Maybe there's a reason that I don't know of. That's one thing. The second thing is that there are no SDI imports or HDMI imports. So this is fully proprietary, only working with their wireless Cosmo series of transmitters. Other than that, I would have to say that this is the best 7-inch monitor I have ever seen on the market. If you're interested, go ahead and check out the link down below. I'm telling you right now, this is a premium product and you do get what you pay for, if not even more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.